that moment that you get when you wake up in the morning and you realize that living abroad, you do miss out on things. You look at your phone in the morning to 100 text messages and that dreaded phone call, finding out that somebody you love back home has passed away. That unexpectedness, the realization that you'll be facing this all by yourself. This is going to be one of the hardest videos that I have done since moving to Albania, because when people talk about moving abroad, they talk about the freedom, more money in their pockets, the adventure, the excitement. But what we don't talk about is the grief. But what nobody talks about is when reality catches up to you when you're thousands of miles away. And about a month and a half after moving here, I lost a very close friend, my roommate, and somebody I thought as part of my family. And I wasn't there. Even saying those words out loud, I'm still in shock. For years, this move was a dream. It was planning, it was thinking, it was 7 years in the making for my son and I to get here. And then suddenly, while we're trying to unpack, trying to settle in, and trying to start a new life here, everything came to a halt that morning. The phone call came in early in the morning. The text messages slowly showed up later on, but not very many. For some reason, when people think you move abroad, you've left the planet. I had to keep reaching out to everybody to find out, is this true? What happened? What's going on? Has everybody been contacted? And everybody was surprised to hear from me. He was a close friend. He was family to us. And now, at the age of 36, he's gone. And as I said, he was like family, like one of my kids. And this hurt, it hurts a lot different, because I'm not there to comfort the other people that are grieving. I'm not there to go to the funeral. I'm not there to pick up the pieces or to have somebody else comfort me. I'm doing this solo. I'm sitting in my house grieving by myself. And that's the hardest part to grasp when you're moving abroad. Grieving from another country with an ocean, plane rides, immigration, and everything else separating Albania from my folks and my family and my friends back in Canada. People talk about, through a text message, are you ready for this? What happens if somebody dies? What happens if you get called back to Canada? What if? And in your mind, you're texting away saying, yeah, I'll be good with this. Not a problem. Until it hits you. And then you kind of start to wonder, how do I go through this all by myself? It's not like I can lean on my 17-year-old. He's still a kid. He misses him, he understands. But it's not somebody I can go and run to and, and get that comfort that you do when you're back there. And suddenly you're just sitting there by yourself in a whole new country without your comfort zone. And I think for me, one of the hardest parts was feeling helpless. You don't fully understand the emotional weight, that isolation feeling. You almost feel frozen in time. Like the whole world just stopped. It didn't do anything. It just stopped. And you're there by yourself. Well, people are back home, sipping on coffee, chatting together, remembering the good times you had with them, prepping for the funeral together, sitting in the kitchen together, and you are sitting in your apartment with nobody. You can't walk out your front door and go down the street to see your friend that also know them and talk to them about the good old times. You don't get that. Here, when you move abroad, it's like a whole different grief. You learn and adapt and accept. And it takes a while. It took me a few days to start to understand. And I still have my emotional breakdowns from time to time. But it's different. And you have to be ready to accept that kind of loss when you're moving abroad. Because you can't just hop in your car and go to the next town over to see them. It doesn't work that way. What does work is sitting here remembering the good times and understanding that you came here for a reason. And life will continue rolling back home in Canada. It reminds me that moving abroad doesn't protect me from life. It doesn't stop the heartbreak. It doesn't stop the grief. It doesn't stop the loss. You just accept the different way. It's quieter. It's lonely at sometimes, but that's just the way it goes. But life, it was harder before too. This just was unexpected. And I think moving abroad and starting a new life has taught me a lot. And it's opened my eyes to learning how to settle in a new country. So if you're thinking about moving abroad, bring this to you to be honest and truthful. Yes, moving abroad is exciting and it's new, but there are things that you have to sacrifice. And losing friends and family back home is going to be part of it. You won't be able to be there to comfort other people. You won't be able to go to the funerals. And to my friend who is now in heaven, I hope somehow you understand and you know how much you mattered to me. I hope you know you were family to me and you always will be. I hope you know how much I loved and cared for you, and you were doing such an amazing job at cleaning up your life. And finally, I hope you find peace up there. And for all of you who are watching this video, I hope that the honest reality that I have brought across helps you while you're trying to make the decision to move abroad. And if you're not moving abroad and you just felt like watching, thanks so much. And for everybody, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time.